Hello everyone and welcome to a new ATFX video. My name is Gonzalo Cañete and I'm here to share with you a whole report on Tesla, the biggest electric car company in the world. We're gonna go through the history of the company. We're gonna also share estimations, results for the last periods, but also we're gonna study deeply what is the source of income of this company, mainly three sources of income of this company that we're gonna see in detail, just to get known this company well, deeply, and also study the expectations that we could have for the future. And obviously we're going to include by the end of the report charts with more specific levels and some technical analysis to understand what could be the next movements of the price in this company. Let's start with the presentation. So the public mainly knows their electrical vehicle business, but this report will explain Tesla's three main sources of income, which we're gonna go in detail later, but right now this is the history of the company. We're gonna explain also what was the beginning of this company. The company was incorporated as a Tesla Motors in July 2003 by Martin Edward and Mark Tarpning in San Carlos, California. The company's name is a tribute to inventor and electrical engineer Nikola Tesla. In February 2004, via 6.5 million investment, Elon Musk becomes the company's largest shareholder. He also became the CEO by 2008, and Tesla's announcement mission is to create products which help (brackets) accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. So we can see that they also got this strong compromise with green energies. Mainly looks like the evolution of the public policies is going in this direction. I just want to remind you that even during the inflation crisis we saw in the United States recently, 2022, one of the main speakers of the White House was suggesting, well, if you got problems with the new rise on the oil and gasoline prices, maybe you should consider to get an electric car. And I thought by that moment, honestly guys, this is the best marketing campaign you can do for this kind of companies. Let's go to the origins of the company. Tesla designers and manufactures electric vehicles, cars and trucks, stationary battery energy storage devices from home to grid scale, and solar panels and solar sinks and related products and services. This is the core of the business of Tesla, not just the cars. And we will see now in more details how this core of business is actually making some very good numbers, especially because some areas of the business are just starting right now, and still they represent a good cut on the total income of the company. All right. Its subsidiary Tesla Energy develops and is a major installer of photovoltaic systems in the United States, and is the one of the largest global suppliers of batteries energy store system with 6.5 gigabytes hour installed in 2022. Tesla is one of the world's most valuable companies, and of 2023 is the world's most valuable automaker. In 2022, the company led the battery electric vehicle market with 18% share, which means it's a gigant. It's massive, humongous, right, in the electric cars industry, the top one. We also include here a few negative sides, like he has been involved, particularly Elon Musk has been involved in a few scandals and disputes with authorities and regulators. You see, Tesla has been subject to lawsuits, government scrutiny, and journalist criticism, blah 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 blah, because Musk many times is making controversial statements in relation with the company, just one example, when it was accusing to market manipulation, when he was publicly saying that eventually Tesla will accept Bitcoin as a currency to buy the cars. That was a big surprise for the market, and especially for those ones who are crypto fans, right? Main source of income. Tesla primary source of income is the sales of electric vehicles. Tesla vehicles are famous in major world capitals, and Tesla has production agreements not only in the United States but also in Asia, particularly in China. Tesla main source of revenue is electric vehicles. Tesla main source of revenue is the sale of electric vehicles, production agreements in the US, Asia, and China. Different kind of vehicles. I would say this is a kind of Tesla is for the vehicles and cars, like Apple is for devices and computers. Anytime they introduce a new product, the expectations they create in the industry are completely different. The way the people see, public see any device from Apple is completely different that they see any device from any other company. And exactly the same thing happens with Tesla. Anytime they introduce a new vehicle, it looks completely different topic and change absolutely the whole picture of the industry in many sense. Let's check some numbers now. Electric vehicles and autonomous driving, a growing market. The worldwide investment in electric vehicles is expected to increase by 22.1% by 2030. Autonomous vehicles are expected to experience a 35% increase in global investments by 2032. Charging stations investments is a project to increase by 37.7% by 2033. And energy stored investments is expected to increase by 14.3% by 2028. Also, the projection of the prices, we got it here. Let me just grab the pen and draw. If you can see how they are actually, especially in China, the production. China, Europe is another game changer here. But if you can see the proportion of China in this business, it's amazing because let's say for the last 3 years, Europe has been static. US has increased the percent of the business they got it there, but as you know, US is a country well known by production of oil, so it's obviously one of the countries that it's more difficult that the public actually choose electric car because the prices of the oil are cheaper than in the other countries in Europe, for example, right? That's a main difference. And keep in mind, because I think this is relevant and important, China is a country that is imports oil and energy. US is one of the main producers of oil of energy. And I think this is important because if your country produces energy and supply energy to the rest of the world, it means like the energy more or less is cheaper in your country than other countries in the world. It's not the case of China. China is a buyer and importer of energy. Therefore, it makes more sense that they actually want to be in the business of electric cars. And also, has any other kind of industry, China is leading the industry because it's the ones with a lot of capacity in terms of production and manufacturing. So we also can see here, if you see that I highlight this one, B, this other one, and C, because mainly it's given to us 3 different sections. One of them is the vehicles, the cars. Second one is the stations for charging those cars, and third one is the store of energy. So to me, this is 3 business lines completely different. You can just fight these 3 battles separately. You can fight these 3 battles in a different market because are completely different markets. Here I'm competing with cars producers. Here I'm competing basically with those companies who can actually provide energy, and in these ones I'm competing with those ones who can actually not just provide energy but also store the energy and commercialize or trade with the energy, right? Because it's completely different businesses. So one company involved in 3 different kind of businesses. But when I mentioned that we actually gonna face 3 sources of income for Tesla, one of them was the cars, obviously. Second one was the supply of energy, but there is a third one that we didn't mention yet, and it's this one, is the autonomous driving system. Why? Because Tesla is the company that is going by far leading the market or the software development of self-driving on cars, on devices mainly. It has been active for many years, so has been collecting the system of Tesla, the radar system of Tesla with the cams and so on, has been collecting information, the streets and everything for many years. Another big competitor is Google, because it's the one who's providing most of the information about maps and forms and shapes and everything on maps. But Tesla has been collecting this information live in real driving situations. Therefore, the data they got it is massive compared with other competitors. So the future of transportation's autonomous driving, they understand this clearly. They believe actually, and it's something at some point in this report I mentioned, one of the projects they are investing a lot is in robot taxis, because they firmly believe that in the future we are gonna be using basically collective cars driving by themselves with no human drivers, not ourselves. So there is no car for myself. I'm not driving my home car. I not even own a car. like World Economic Forum was mentioned. By 2030, we're gonna just use applications with collective cars who are gonna come, pick up you, and continue the way. So autonomous driving is one of the big bets of this company. Tesla ambitious autonomous driving project, the FSD, full self-driving system. Tesla autopilot system has more raw data than any of its competitors. This is what I was mentioned just before. They are managed more numbers than any other competitor. Tesla is way ahead of competition in autonomous navigation. And as you can see also, this is the report done by BlackRock. It was making an illustration about when exactly they estimate that actually the the car is going to be driven by themselves. All driving modes, some driving modes, but at some point, all understanding that you got in your mind about driving a car is going to be completely covered by the software that is driving the car. Steering and acceleration, tick, yes. Actually, they do that. They controlling that. They are basically helping you to control the speed of the car in a kind of automatic pilot mode. Many of the new cars are doing this. Monitoring of environment, yes, they do. Mainly most of the cars in big cities now are hybrids. They use like electrical and diesel systems. Fallback performance and driving task, they still can do it. They're planning to just perform some driving skills right now that we're gonna face probably in the future in most of the cars. And system capabilities, driving mode is they fully can drive completely autonomously. Advanced driving assistance systems, ADAS, is when this whole idea start to play an important role on the production of the new cars. Why this is important? Because this is the thing, other manufacturers could eventually start to run this system from Tesla. Can you imagine that? Tesla could be, I think I mentioned this, Windows, yeah. Tesla could be the new Windows for all computer systems. So let's talk about this, because this is very interesting. I think this is one of the best examples that blow my mind when I was thinking about the future of this company. Tesla is producing, let's say, is producing cars mainly, right? Yes. Like General Motors, like Volkswagen, like many other companies who are producing cars. All right, good. But Tesla is also producing a software and a whole system of detecting and radar movements around the vehicle and so on. And this system is unique for Tesla. Other companies have been in similar systems, but Tesla is the one who has been using the system and therefore collecting real data by I will say self-learning. The system basically has been tested for all of this time in the Tesla cars and learning by itself how to optimize the radars and the detection of vehicles and bodies around the vehicles, right? Which is given to them the advance of the experience in this sense. That means that in the future, eventually, those ones who produce cars maybe can rent or use the Tesla navigation system on their cars. Can you imagine that if in the future you actually take an Audi car, Volkswagen car, Mercedes or any other brand you can imagine, and then the Tesla system is integrated on the car? Well, that's a possibility. Possible future, and here's on the presentation, possible future, Tesla autonomous driving system has the industry standard. For General Motors, Stellantis vehicles with Tesla autopilot systems, this is a possibility. Not only for autopilot systems, I mean, they are develop an amazing software that could be rent by another competitors, but also the charge system. In the future, all of those competitors, maybe they're gonna produce also the system for charging the batteries of the cars compatible with Tesla chargers. Why? Because the network of Tesla is more extensive than others. So maybe they're gonna make the vehicles compatible with Tesla. Amazing, because it means Tesla is gonna take the lead in many different areas of this business, not just build the car, but also provide the software, provide the charging points, and even provide forms of technology for store the electricity. Possibility that car manufacturing by competitors will integrate Tesla navigation system into their vehicles. Let's see how the future comes, but it's a very probable possibility, like at some point they're gonna actually want to use this system instead of try to compete with this system. So that's why I say Tesla will become the standard for all vehicles, similar to Windows in the computer industry. At some point Windows was developed software, but every single company who were building computer were using Windows. So every single company who built electric cars in the future, even if it's not electric but mainly electric cars in the future, they could use the software of Tesla, developed by Tesla. Amazing, huh? Now, last source of revenue, this third source of revenue is energy store. Tesla is developing photovoltaic energy store systems, collecting during the day and store for the supply during peak demand hours at the end of the day. Despite the innovative nature of the business, energy generation and stored accounted 5.4% of its revenues last year, and 90% year-to-year growth to $1,310 million generated. Amazing, because you can see that probably this is related also with the needs that regions like Europe are experiencing right now. You know, as you probably know, the main economy in Europe, Germany, has to spend many of the sources of energy. They got it by nuclear energy. They shut down most of the nuclear energy stations. They also shut down many other alternative sources of energy, and they are completely full into green energy deals and policies and so on. That means like the demand from those countries on electric cars, on electric generators, and also electric supply of electric and store electric solar systems and so on is going to be growing and growing and growing. I think I bring you some statistics about that, but it's clearly giving us an idea about how this is giving a big room for Tesla to grow in the coming periods. We got here also Q3 results and temporary setbacks. Q3, it's one of the periods that they are getting like lower, in this case, as you can see, decrease on the results by Q3. Q3 results will be lower revenue given the outages and upgrades that have been made over the summer. So the business was decelerating through the summer, but if you can see also the evolution by year, it's amazing. This is the results year by year, and as you can see, it's exponential, the growth that Tesla is experiencing on the market. It's amazing. So that's why I think this is one of the mainly points that we are right now watching. One of the companies that is completely from a different world. Is one of these companies from the tech industry in US that are quoting. It seems that they are surviving regardless what the market is doing. If equity in general terms are dropping, still Nasdaq index is surviving, and Tesla is one of those ones, the big kings in the Nasdaq index, surviving regardless what's the cycle of the market. In terms of results, we got here the net income from the last periods, just to show with you, and as you can see also the evolution is amazing, because again, we coming from losses by 2018 to keep the losses by 2019. By then I remember people talking about Tesla is just a bubble. Do you remember that moments? 2020 positive results, but take a look at this. 2021 boom, an explosion, and 2022 double. Okay, more than double. So the results this company has been giving the last 2-3 years are amazing, completely exceptional. I mean, incredible, right? And this is the evolution of the results. Now let's take a look to the chart and the prices, so you can see more closely what could be the projection. I think this is the short-term chart. Let me check, because I bring to you two charts. One of them is for short-term, the other one is for long-term. This is long-term chart. No, this is the short-term chart. Okay, this is the long-term chart. This every one-day candle period. We are watching from 2021 to the current moment. Why I'm saying this? Because last time I did a report on this company, I was focused on these levels, and actually these targets were reaching by after the report we did on Tesla. But as you can see, it was mainly $300, $295, the gold, and it was touched. That call was taught, that call was achieved, and then it was retracement the price. We can clearly see that this trend, uptrend here, but also a downtrend in the short periods, which is giving to us kind of flag or arrow movement on the price that at some point could break it up and moving again the price. So I will say that the main goal is reach again $295-300. But particularly this figure, if you can see a first move here, 1, 2, and 3. The third move should be strong enough to break out this figure and move forward. It means like it will be possible to get Tesla over $300 per share. That will be completely natural and normal, and the prices to reach is 340, for example. That could be one of the targets, but even $360 main target. So first target be in this range of price. Second targets or goals 340, 360, $100 per share. Now we have to be cautious. Why? Because we are in $251 per share, and still I will say that it's interesting at any point. Let's clean the screen, because otherwise you're gonna see just spaghetti on the screen. We are in 251. We could consider that this figure is broken up, yeah, with starting a new uptrend if it's over $260. Yeah, if the market is closing over $260 per share, we could actually say, okay, something is going on. Tesla is changing, and Tesla is actually gonna try probably to target these runs and then come into the next ones. On the other hand, anything that is between 250 to even lower prices to 40 is attractive, because you are basically buying on the base, on the support of this uptrend. All right, let's move to short time chart. This one, short period chart. So this is the trend we were watching, yeah. And again, you can see clearly here that it's a uptrend tested or touched in different points. I mean, unfortunately, I cannot make a straight line. Let me check if I can do a straight line here. No, I can't. But if I could make a straight line here, it will be something like this. Okay. And we got this other point here, and again, eventually, even this could be a kind of reversal figure, similar to a shoulder head short inverted, but it's not complete and it's not clean. No, it's not clean, but it's at the end of bullish movement, which means like this could bring us a continuation of the bullish movement, right? Naturally speaking, it's a big support, it's a long-term bull trend, and therefore we could expect a continuation if the price is resistant and moving well in these areas, break up and continue again over $260 per share. That's all, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this report, and mainly and overall, I hope you find this useful for your proposals of investment. Remember, this is not advice of any kind. I'm just sharing with you the information and my personal view on the market. And if you like it, subscribe to the channel, click like, or leave me your comments if you want to make any other particular reports related with any other asset. Okay, take care and good luck with the market. Bye bye.